You are intimidating. But once you get to know
What?
you are. But once you get to know you,
What part to me is
down to earth.
intimidating?
Oh my gosh. Ma'am.
She's blushing.
Because I've been trying to explain.
I'm
Ma'am.
5 feet tall.
But your spirit, your attitude, and your willpower is 7'2". That's the difference.
Now you just make me blush.
Oh, see?
No, I love the pattern, but
I like the pattern, but I think it's too dark.
Yeah, it's too dark. But we might be able to get that pattern in,
These all seem.
unless you decide to do the blackout in the panels themselves upstairs. Or so now we have a foyer that is like really prominent. This was a great place to do an elliptical arch because we have about 14 inches here, so this is going to look really fantastic. And this house is going to be all Venetian plaster, so it's gonna look very, very amazing. My gosh, nice to meet you. I was like, is that richer or is that richer? Is that richer or is that richer? Good morning, we're doing great. So we have a client that is out of town and we are going to go to the Tao store to look for a replacement. It takes about 12 weeks to get the material she wants, so we want to order it before she come back. The word of the day is reselection, because that's what we do. We do a lot of reselecting in interior design. You know, we select beautiful things and we hope that they will work, but they not always work.
I'm sorry, that's the way it is. You won't go fooling me twice now, baby. I'm sorry, that's the way it is.
The name of her, you know, like this don't do anything. Okay, so our options are so small. This is the material that we're trying to replace. My struggle is that the bathroom already has a lot going on. And she still wants a lot going on. And my recommendation would be to go with something a little bit more simple and possibly not as busy. The struggle is always to give the client what the client wants and not compromise what is best for the client. I think she needs to go with something like a 24 by 48. Like, I think she needs something big in a big format. Like something gorgeous, but not small, like not busy. I like that. And look at this.
Oh.
How beautiful is that?
Right.
We're good. Let's go.
Next one.
With all the experience that we have at this point, you kind of have a pretty good idea what it works in a room and what it doesn't. The trick is to find where you think it works and what the customer loves. And I mean, that is the magic. That's when the magic happens. So we're taking a larger format because I think the bathroom has a lot of going on. And then we're gonna take a few photos there or do a video call with our client that is out of the country and see if she likes it. She wants texture, she wants no joint, no grout joints, or minimize that. So we're gonna try to give them both.
Didn't pay attention like an experiment. No, you're gonna pay for your crimes. I'll change your perspective, I'll teach you a lesson.
We are building we're doing a built-in alcove. He is our carpenter. This is a little breakfast nook. We did round the walls, and now he is doing a custom built bench for us that we will custom upholster. And then this is Melvin, our carpenter. Melvin, ¿la vas a subir? ¿Cuánto te dijeron de altura? 16. 17, porque una silla tiene la altura de una silla 17, 18, 19. Realmente creo que debe ser como 16 y medio, porque el cushion tiene 3 y medio para que quede de 19, porque si no va a quedar muy alta. Okay. So, si la dejas de 16, sería mejor. Okay. Tim va a venir ahorita, pero sí debe ser de 16. Okay. Debe ser de 16. It's beautiful. Like, it's going to be so pretty when we finish the entire concept, because it's going to soften this area. The house is very clean. It's mid-century modern, so these little curvatures are going to add a lot to it. We are going to this home that is the one we have the issue with the small little tiles and a lot of grout joints. Hopefully we can solve this for them.
I'll make it my mission. Oh yeah, I'll have you wishing you could go back inside.
See, this is how glamorous we think interior designers' lives are. Super glamorous.
Out of my mind. You're riding high, but
Oh, no.
I've got you this time.
Hello. You know she don't like it. It's not you. It's really her. Like, she don't like I think someone didn't explain to her that this is like bull no, like it cannot be like, tie joint. So I went to the towel store, and I'm gonna do a video call with her. So if you don't mind, we can move this. So maybe we can get her to select something different. And we can do this tie joint, correct? I'm gonna send you 2 photos and 2 different materials. I think Salich is too much here, honey. I mean, regardless that it's 3 months or a day, some of these Salich isn't in stock, but like it's too much. You have the river rug. I just don't think. I just don't think it's the right.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I can. So you think it's too much?
I think Salich is too much. I found 2 materials that are like textury. I think they're really pretty. I just send you. I mean, it's not like they're the exact same color of the material that you have there. They look really good when it comes to do the transition from your floor to your accent. Yeah. And they pick the lighter color of your travertine.
Okay, and is it a lot of grout Marisol or not really?
No, honey, they can be tie joint, and they are a bigger format towel. So it will really. One of them have like this beautiful, it's wavy, so it will look great with it will collaborate with your accent wall. It has more, it's not yellow, it's like earthy. It's not.
No, earthy's fine, as long as it's not blue, you know what I mean?
It's not blue. The other one is warmer. I'm gonna send you the second option. Either one.
7 a second.
Either of them will be beautiful. Today is a primal example of how different the life of an interior designer is. Like, you think it's very glamorous. We just get dressed up and look amazing and buy beautiful things, and that's all we do. We don't. We go through construction sites all day, to other construction sites, to more construction sites, so we can do our design work later in the evenings when we are home. Today was a reselection day. Like, we were doing a reselection in the master shower in 1 bathroom. Thank God we were able to bring a material out of the 3 choices that we brought. Our client likes one, and it's done. It's turned into the builder. The towel company is working on it, so we can check that one off. As I do this longer I realize, I think not realize, but I have come to the conclusion that setting the expectations in the beginning is the most important thing. Like in listening to your client, like she is very adamant that she do not like big joints of grout. I wasn't involved when she did the towel selection, but if she's so adamant about that, why does she have so many? She has several selections that need big joints of grout. So then that's why we're reselecting at this point, which is very bad for everyone, because now the builder is going to have to do a bunch of work, and then she's gonna have to, the house is gonna be delayed. Like it's a problem. It's a big inconvenience.
I see.
Maybe if whomever helped to select the towel would have set the expectations properly in the beginning, she would have, even if she loves that towel, she wouldn't choose it because it comes with a big joint of grout. But we need my phone to come back to life. We are in a way to meet with a builder, and we are going to be talking about the importance of like collaboration when it comes to construction. Well, but it is. But when it comes to like, that's your functional brain, like as a builder, you're like, what are we doing with this?
Yeah, right.
This don't serve any function. But when it comes to like the aesthetics, it does. Like it's super important because you don't want a roto cabinet.
Then you're gonna put, like, what would you do here? Would this be your glassware, or would this be
Well,
alcohol you're gonna
well,
tend to serve?
I'll just do like pretty glassware here.
And then alcohol.
Yeah, because it's more messy. And then up there, I would just do something beautiful.
Yeah, and so what I've been leaning to more, because I think wine is really becoming such a, people keep
It is such a thing.
hundreds of bottles.
Hundreds of bottles, yeah.
So in the future, what I'd like to do in these centers is instead of just, what's this carry?
Like go with towers.
So a tower on that end.
Yeah.
And a tower on this end.
Yep.
More cabinets.
And
in
that would
between
be,
and
well,
such.
I wouldn't do cabinets in
You
between.
still
Like,
like the
because
shelves
you
in
already have the towers that are so heavy. And maybe you go with the towers and then you do a shelf on top of it to keep it open.
Behind
I love all
looks like a
this
wall of
hidden
cabinet.
behind it. I got a question. Why is this not done correctly?
It kind of stood out proud so that you really knew,
No, you don't really want to know.
you don't want to know.
You want to see all of this to be seamless. Like, because you spent so much money in all of this. Like, like you have like really nice handles. You have this very pretty warm cabinet. You even went to the trouble to do this, which I think is fabulous. Like you don't want your mudroom entrance into the kitchen, but you know what? This makes it okay. A lot of the work that we do is I will call it legwork, because we as designers, and maybe not all the designers, but I think I play more of a consultant role, and I try to take responsibility and ownership of what I do. So we do in MG Interiors, we do talk to our subcontractors a lot. We try to mitigate issues before the issues begin. We try to, for sure, set expectations from the very beginning, so our clients are not disappointed, so we're not disappointed, so our clients are not upset, so nobody is upset. See, I think this is what is super important, because as designers, we wish for so many things that sometimes are not very practical.
Yeah, it certainly makes a lot of sense to come out, and this is up to here.
It'll be so much
Now,
cleaner.
You got to clean that. Those whips those are weep holes. So if water got into that track, that's how water gets out and doesn't go that way.
But you can always
You can't cover that.
But you can always have a channel here all the way across, and then it can just drain that way. I mean, I've done it like that in some houses.
Yeah.
And I understand that probably,
This could have come up
to right here.
to that brick.
Yeah. I mean, it's different styles, though. I think it's beautiful. Okay.
All they have
Yeah.
right now is a pine master deck.
Yeah.
That's why it's getting so wet.
Which is like
So they're ready to do theirs.
extremely high maintenance.
So this is the newest one to come out. This is thermal wood. Do you know what like they heat it?
Yeah.
That preps it. So that one.
So it's already treated for the
it's ready
for
to
the
go.
bad weather,
It would go. No, it's going to teak on you. unless
which
you
is
oil
great.
it. Yeah.
Well, you don't want to.
Those are solid pieces of wood that just get that they thermally treat. These are synthetics. Right.
The difference is like this is only like so long because it's real wood.
Yeah, it's guaranteed for 20 years.
But in 20 years, we can do a HOA assessment, and I think we'll be
And I
okay.
won't be here.
You will be here.
Yeah, but that
You'll be a little bit here and a little bit in Colorado,
Yeah,
but you'll be here too. So I think these are the two choices that you should present them with. We spent a few minutes today talking about a possible material to do the new walk boards or deck boards at Churchill Oaks again. And then the person that is going to do the job was asking my opinion of what I thought that it will be best to present to the to the developer. So we went over like three different brands. My opinion is in a higher end community, we should try to stay like as organic and as true to nature as we can. So I personally would not recommend would go with a synthetic plastic material. If we can get a material that is recommended for 20 years, I think it's absolutely worth it to know that in 20 years we will have to replace it. It's okay, like we can do, the community can afford it. And it's like, it have no price tag to know that it looks true to nature, that this wood is going to receive all the sunshine and get different colors, and is going to age with the trees and the surroundings. I'd rather that 1,000 times than a piece of plastic.
real white. See how
Oh yeah.
anytime you pick a white, you never know the color of it until you start.
But you do.
Yeah, once you get going against like real white.
Who is
So what I was gonna do,
wow,
tell me
Tim.
if I need to change those colors. 'Cause that ain't gonna work. I was just gonna put simply white in the Venetian.
Yeah, that will do it.
And
That
so
will
then by
fix
the
it.
time you got up there,
That will fix it.
They're looking very yellow to you because you're seeing a lot of starch white.
Well, that will fix it.
I mean, that's when they stood
That
out.
will fix it.
But if I'm better, I'm painting those more
Yeah.
of a pure white and stick to it.
No. I mean, in the house that we will collaborate together, I don't think I'm gonna go this yellow, but the trim is probably the most expensive part to fix. So I would just do like the final coat with simply white. I love doing that. I love going everywhere with the same color because you don't get this situation. And the house will create the contrast itself. Like when you go from the ceiling, the way the shadows are and the light hits it, like your walls will be different no matter what. And then,
It's gonna turn out.
yeah.
That's got simple white.
It's not a secret that I am a big fan of pure white. The reason I'm a fan of pure white is because it's a color can go either way. Pure white can go with with creaminess, or it can go with like more gray colors. And it really does complement the color that is put with. When you start going with creamy colors against creamy floors, you're asking for trouble. So right now we have a lot of warm textures in the floors. We are using lots of travertines, lots of chose stones. And if we go with like very creamy colors, then we will end up with rooms that will look yellow. And that is terrifying. Especially like if you paint your trim that color, it will end up looking like you paint your trim 10 years ago with an oil-based paint, and now it just look old. And we definitely don't want to do that. For that, pure white is amazing because it will never do that to you.
Other thing I thought, if you pulled that
But
back
why
here,
didn't you?
that pull
Why
back
didn't
there?
Why didn't you do the whole
I'm
thing?
thinking
Like that's like $1 more to do that. If this was me working for a client, I would immediately say to the cabinet maker, those things gotta go. This is not
These two?
acceptable.
Yeah, I've already done that.
It's not
There's that
acceptable.
one, and then you got the same thing over there. He's got like
Yeah.
4 that just
That's
aren't
not
matching.
acceptable.
Yeah, yeah. No, he knows that. I think they've got all their.
One of the things that I always emphasize is great construction never comes from one single great person. It doesn't. It doesn't come from a great interior designer. It doesn't come from a great builder or great architect. It's a collaboration of everybody's like keeping an eye open for all the details, and from there down goes to so many contractors that are never mentioned. That nothing. That without them, the job will be impossible to be done. Because I can have great ideas, and if I don't have an executor, then that's it. A builder can build a very sturdy home, but if he doesn't have good finishes, then that's it. An architect can have a gorgeous house outside, but if it's ugly inside, then that's it too. It's just a collaboration, and that's one of the things that is super important for me. To never come across like I for once think that I am the one person responsible for something being great.
Yeah.
That looks beautiful, and that's white. That's white. That's not white dog.
This is literally nothing but level 5.
Correct, which is white.
Just primer. Yeah,
Right.
it's just primer.
Which is white.
White. Yeah.
You don't
Listen,
think it-
that's
you
why
don't-
when that happened, they
But-
just did these walls, and like I said, I walked in here Monday with Joey, and I looked at the ceiling. I'm like, dude, this.
But you
looks
don't think
yellow.
that's beautiful? Like
Yeah.
the contrast? I think it's so clean and crispy.
Oh, you're saying to that?
No, I'm saying this to that.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh,
not, you don't
yeah,
have to
I
be
gotcha.
scared of
No, I
that.
gotcha.
Look at how beautiful it looks outside.
Yeah.
You can be, you don't have to be scared of that contrast.
Oh, from the iron ore to the white.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is like pure white.
Yeah.
This is what it is. This is like Wendy's. Like,
Well, so when we first walked in, because Joey had put these 2 samples, and he's like, "Hey, I need to know what you want." And I
Yeah,
walked
this
in and I
is
saw
gorgeous.
This, and I was like, "I like this."
This
and then
is
I looked up
gorgeous.
and I'm like, "Whoa, that is not
Yeah.
going to work. That's going to make everything
this
else
is gorgeous, but you see the difference, like how soft this white is. Like that's kind of like Wendy's or even my house or Alex. Like that.
I think we just need.
I think pure white will mitigate. It will pull everything together. Pure white is one color that looks amazing with everything. It does. It looks great with.
Yeah, when you go down there, like you're saying, when you look down there at just the primer.
Correct. You're seeing the
Imagine
contrast.
the whole house is that.
Like
color.
pretty
Yeah,
and pure,
baseboard.
correct, and it's like crispy and beautiful, and then you turn around and then the wood is bringing the warmth.
And the reason I think it's worth, he doesn't have to do any more prepping. I mean, his caulking and all that stuff's done. So
It's
really just
done.
coming in here, and I think if you put a coat on top of this, it's gonna.
It will, and he has to he has to cover the ceilings,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
cover that way in the cabinets and stuff.
and then I think those cabinets will look. See how pretty they look, like.
Yeah, look at them against the
Yeah,
coffer. They
yeah.
look really pretty
Yeah,
against the coffer.
they look
It makes
really
the coffer
pretty.
just keeps getting yellower and yellower against stuff.
Right.
Would you lower that ceiling down to just
I would
that,
have,
kept
and I
it
would have
flat?
ended, because now you have the coffers competing with all your lights and all that. And I hope, for the love of God, you only have 2 lights in this island, like hanging from there and there.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool if you stopped the copper here, brought this whole ceiling down,
Correct, and
that
just
11
be
foot,
clean,
just
and then
be-
let
yeah,
that shine.
totally.
Right, because now it's just like,
Yeah, see.
and there is perfect, but in here is competing
I
with
mean, you're exactly
things.
on where I am in my development company.
Yeah.
You're exactly where I need to be. I need somebody that's catching those things.
Yeah, because
Right,
then,
there's
of course, everything can be changed. Of course, these colors can be changed. But I mean, $10,000 at a time is
Yeah. No.
a problem. But of course, I agree with you. I mean, 2 runs will never make one right.
Yeah, and in the scheme of everything, so
Okay,
foyer,
okay.
dining room.
Dining, really pretty, and 2 of those
2.
here. Yep, that's pretty.
Ones,
Yep.
That is the powder bath.
When I walk home, I'm always like, clean lines is important to me. Recessed tracks is super important to me. Clean transitions, super important to me. Because when a house is naked, when it's completely done and clean, your eye should go and it should not be stopping by ugly transition. It should not be stopped by super high unset tracks. Because in the end, when the houses are complete, then you get to see all those details that at the moment are not so visible, but they will be very, very visible when the house is done. So I'm always emphasizing on the importance of all of that. Transitions are extremely important. Transitions might be from the color of the paint to the color of the walls, from the color of the walls to the ceiling, from the wood finishes to the walls, from different textures and floors. I think clean, perfect transitions are super, super important in high-end homes. Nobody wants to see an abrupt transition in any of their finishes. You build beautiful homes and you really do an amazing job on your own.
We try to really, my philosophy is if you build a good product, you'll always stay busy. People will always pay for a good product. And so quality is like our number one concern. And then we really try to juggle.
So that's your brain.
Then we try to juggle.
Your brain is quality.
The budget and the schedule, then
Yes.
it's like, okay. But it can't, if the budget, if we're talking about budgets and we're talking about schedules, quality always trumps those. It's always like, no.
Because your mind is quality,
like
right?
I'm sitting here, I'm gonna back this house up now for 2 weeks because I'm gonna repaint the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then you come to the back end of that beam.
I think you drop from that beam and then like to line up with this, like you drop it in a little bit down to use it as like your end and then drop leave that beam, drop it and go down.
Just on the other side of that beam.
And then I would just go to the top of those cabinets.
I'll bring it down that low.
It doesn't really matter in the biggest scheme of things. It's gonna make this look taller, number one, and it's gonna make those cabinets look more expensive. You see how they look wimpy and cheap? That will make those cabinets look more expensive.
Look how painted,
No, they are.
So,
Cheers.
cool. All right.
Cheers. All right, Tim, thank you so much. Bye. I think the overall progress of that house is amazing. I think the builder is like cranking it up. He told the homeowners they will be able to be in May, and I think he's going to deliver. So it's like Christmas walking in that house, because then every time you walk in it's something new and beautiful. And I think that is my favorite part, when you start bringing all these beautiful things that you have chose through a few years, and they're all coming to fruition. So it's exciting for me. We are super sad that the day is coming to an end. So this is it. You guys got to see all the glamour that we brought in today. Next week, we are going to be in Montana, and Kino is coming with us. So you guys are going to get to see this beautiful open sky place that Montana is, and also you guys are gonna get to see us working and just having so much fun over there. We love going to other places and do big installations. So cannot wait to see you guys next time. See you in Montana.
Do it. Go ahead, call the Scully. Go ahead, call the Scully. You ain't finding nothing on me. You're